What's up, guys? Hey, it's Brian, and we are working on our Stuart tank. Show you the box top here. This is the Tamiya tank kit that we're building. This is a little bit of an older issue kit. Let's see. I think it was saying that it was from. Just give me a second here while I jog my memory by reading the thing on the box. It does not want to tell me. Oh, 1974. So that is very close to 50-year-old stuff. So. Oh my, yeah, today's special. Not enough coffee, I guess. But anyway, we're working away on this guy here. We've got the hull together, and you see we have some styrene card because it's blurry. There we go. Got some styrene card glued up inside there to cover up the gaps that were pretty prevalent. We got to sand this one down a little bit on the backside here. Got those holes blocked. And then everything else is really cool on this little guy here. I love the rivet detail on there because it just feels cool. We have been filling some of the little gaps with some tulip here and there. And that's this stuff here, tulip slick, black noir negro. And it does help fill in the gaps pretty well. We're still working on that technique. I've seen so many people just squirt it on there and then use a moistened finger. Can I say that on camera? Moistened finger, and just bloop, take it right off there, just like when you're doing caulking around the tub. But yeah, it's not coming along too bad. We got a kind of a seam here we got to worry about, but as a matter of fact, the drive sprocket might cover most of that. I can't see my fingers. Here we go. There we go. So it might cover most of that. Usually, well, how do I say this? I'm a little concerned about the rubber tracks that this comes with. On the one that we built for my brother, on the Bradley, we had the saving grace of a Fender skirt that went all along the side here, and that was something that we could glue on afterwards, after putting on all the drive wheels and bogies and everybody, and the road wheels, and then we could put on the track and then do whatever we needed to in order to make sure that was stuck together, and we could hide the ugly seam and everything. This guy, everything is pretty much exposed, so I was a little concerned about how that's all going to go together. Boy, that really is bad right there. But doing some photographic research on the Google, and we found that the Brits, and this is the saving grace of this model, the Brits have already figured out what to do for me, and that is make a Fender skirt. Look at that. I suppose this is to help with the dust flying up and around and everything, help keep the dust down low, I suppose. I have seen some video footage of these guys driving around, and then I've seen some video footage of these guys driving around without these little skirts on there. I didn't really notice much of a difference on the amount of dust flying around, but perhaps, I don't know, somebody thought it was a good idea, so they did it. I did notice that on some of the tanks that there are a lot of little attachment hooks and stuff on these fender pieces, so perhaps they were added on for more stowage space, external stowage space, of course, because these guys are super tiny, especially on the inside. These guys don't even look like they're dudes that are even half my size. And look at that. That's in relationship there, that is a tiny little tank. But we're thinking about replicating these fenders here in some styrene card. Shouldn't be much of an issue, which is, I think, probably the doomed saying of all model builders, but shouldn't be much of an issue. But the thing that's catching me up right now is the fact that most of the photographs that I find are in black and white, and they have this really interesting, this is where being a car guy comes in, this interesting two-tone variation going on here. I've seen some built-up photographs of this model kit, of one of these. I don't know if it's this actual kit. It looks like it was probably the Academy version, but that had like the XF60 dark yellow color, and then up here on the top was like some weird looking teal color. I can only imagine that was to I don't know, mimic the sky or something like that. I'm not 100% like in case they're running along a ridge or something. I'm not 100% sure. Also, the very few buildup photos that I've seen are of the same tank. It's like you know, it's everywhere. But the thing is that they're all they're of an Irish regiment. I do have a photo. I don't have a printout of it yet, but I have a photo of one of these guys that was actually just front to back, top to bottom. It was the dark yellow color with some simple markings on it. I'm thinking about replicating that one. I'm sorry, I don't have the photo here right now, but you know what? I tell you what, I will add it in right here. Just like that. Pop. No, without, didn't even have to snap my fingers. But yeah, so that's the little guy I'm thinking about doing. I was considering doing this two-tone version here and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not sure why, where, when. It just seems like everything I'm trying to find online is very, very limited. So if anybody has a reference or a link or a resource that I can check out, what has some pretty good color photographs, please let me know down below in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to try getting a hold of my friend Tom, as he comments a lot on our channel, and he mentioned that he might have some information that I can check out also. I'm going to see if I can't get a hold of him. But Tom, if you're watching this, I'm going to put my email down below so you can send me a link or something like that. But in the meantime, y'all, we're going gangbusters on this guy. We have everything together. Top turret's looking pretty good. I decided to do it with the hatch closed since we're not doing with the tank commander hanging out, since we only have half the tank commander anyway. But just everything is ready to go into primer. And yeah, we do like to primer stuff, even though it's military. I don't know if there's a lot of guys that build military that do primer or even bother with it. But again, being a car guy, we do the primer thing just to see how we are doing. We did a bit of stretch sprue for the antenna, and we have that safely set aside so I don't lose it, because boy, what a pain in the neck that was yesterday. It was lighting everything on fire, except for me. That was that was good. But we have a few pieces left off the hull because we know from experience that it's going to be hard to get some paint back behind there. There's some air canisters that go in here, and then of course the turret. But everything else looks like it's ready to go. The thing is that we want to replicate that fender skirt that I was talking about a second ago, and we just need to figure out exactly where to start that. And this reference photo seems like it's fairly straight on. It's got a little bit of a 3/4 view on it still, but we're kind of getting an idea of where we want to bring everything down to. We'll have to do a little extra fabrication on the forward, on the end and leading edges of the fender areas, since this guy happens to be kind of rounded, and the photographs I've seen are more square. As a matter of fact, I do have a better picture of that. I printed out this guy. This is from, I think it's the Royal Museum of Tanks or something like that over in Britain. And that's got the right color on it and everything. But this is a much later issue. This is one of the ones that, well, I think it was the M5. And the big difference with the M5 was it was all welded rather than riveted. And it had twin Cadillac engines in it rather than a single rotary, not rotary. Yeah. Airplane engine. And then I've been talking to my cousin, my nephew, about rotary engines lately, so it's stuck in my head. But the turrets actually had a turret basket where the gunner and the tank commander could actually sit in this little basket with their knees under their chin and rotate around and not have to worry about bunking into anything. The problem was the machine gunner that's up here in the front. He sits right behind that window there. He didn't have any way of getting out of his position unless this turret was left in the exact right position. Otherwise, he was trapped in there. The driver could climb out because he had a little bit of extra larger hatch or whatever. But yeah, I'd heard about that machine gunner out there being the unlucky Louie, be stuck in there. If stuff was going down and people were abandoning ship and the turret wasn't put just right, he was stuck. So there's a heartbreaker of the story right there. We have all of our little bits, plus some thumbtacks. we're undecorating Christmas right now. All the little bits are sanded and ready to go into primer. We just need to get up on it and put on those fender pieces there. The thing is that it'll be very easy to create the fender pieces. We just need to sort of tack them in place, because they will obscure getting the wheels and drive sprockets and all that kind of stuff in place. So it's an order of process right now that we have to be concerned about. So I think I think it should be fun. I like doing a little bit of scratch building. We did some filling of some large gaps that were down underneath the bottom of the hull. Was very surprised to see Tamiya just like, meh, whatever, type of thing. So I mean, you could see up inside there. I mean, you could see right down in there, type of thing. So so we're making it gooder. All right, y'all, take it easy. Have a great rest of your day. We'll have more updates on this guy in a little bit, and we'll get back to some cars here in post haste. All right, y'all, take it easy.